All right, and we're live. Welcome to the Itch Network podcast. The date is 9/26/2019. I'm joined by Eric and Rosie. JD's taking the day off. He's out partying. And
Look at some blow.
we're going to talk about The Last of Us Part 2 and what it lacks. We'll get to that. We'll talk about Anthem. There's some news last week, and it ties into some news this week. So we'll talk about both. We'll talk about what games are releasing. It's kind of an interesting week. And then we're going to pose a question. What could possibly be Game of the Year for 2019? Predictions / commentary on what could be kind of a slow year. Before we get into that, Eric, what do you think Rosie's been playing this week?
Borderlands 3.
Right?
He was talking to you guys about another game last week. I don't remember the name of it right now.
Oh, I beat it. River City Girls.
Yeah.
Worth playing, Rosie?
Worth playing.
Okay.
You like beat 'em ups? Worth playing.
Did you play River City Ransom?
No.
Oh.
Well, yeah, I did, but I was like a little kid, so I don't remember it. But I remember having a good time. It's like, do you remember playing the original Double Dragon? It's like, I think I do. I had a Nintendo.
So I must have played it.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, good. That's good to know, because JD and I were definitely gearing up to play that one after we beat Borderlands.
How far are y'all?
We're not very far. I think we're on chapter 9 or 10.
Jesus, what are y'all doing?
He hasn't played with me this week.
He doesn't like you.
No, I don't think he does.
I don't think he ever has.
Yeah. Now I'm looking back like a weird slideshow of my history, and it's just like him yelling at me every day. Maybe there's something to it.
I don't know what he was saying, but
Yeah.
I remember him yelling a lot.
Yeah, it was all in Ebonics, so I couldn't figure it out. But it was something hateful now that I think about it. It's no good.
Did he say maybe a C word or H word? Like maybe called you a
Cracker called me a honky daily.
Yeah, I'm getting like some vibes and maybe hatred. I don't know.
Maybe. We'll see. Rosie, what do you think Eric's been playing this week?
Oh, World of Warcraft Classic easily. There's like, go on. I'm not even sure if we played anything else.
All right, let's take a wager. Has he returned to Pokemon Go?
No. I'll put 20 on that. How much you got?
I'll say. I don't want to bet you anything because I know I'm going to lose. But I'll say, yeah, he had a moment of weakness and caught some Pokemon.
Did he? Oh no, he may have because there's that the new legendary.
Yeah. There's like a shiny Mewtwo or something, isn't there? Or something?
No, it's Gratine or Giratina.
It's potatoes au gratin. Au gratin.
It's shepherd's pie. Shepherd's pie in the game.
All right, Eric, you could break this. What is going on with Pokemon Go?
I don't know. I haven't played it.
Ah.
I haven't even I thought about it today because there's one of my friends that I haven't seen in a little while. She walked past and I was like, we used to play Pokemon Go together. And I was about to ask her about it, but I'm like, I don't want her to think that's the only thing I think about when I see her. So I was like, hey, how's your day? And I was like, I don't. And I just kind of walked away.
This existence is shallow.
Yep. The only connection we had was Pokemon Go.
Long walks in the park and Pokemon Go.
I did start playing a new mobile game.
Oh,
come on. Wait, I want to guess. Just make this a game. All right, give us a hint. Just one hint.
Do we know?
Wow. You want a hint?
Do we know mobile games?
I
know what it is.
Fishing. Do we count that? God dang it.
I'm playing Steam Link and I'm playing World of Warcraft, but all I really have tried to do so far is just fish with it. but it looks like I could actually grind some low-level mobs pretty easily.
Ladies and
And
gentlemen, this is what we call addiction. It hooks into you and becomes the game. The mobile game that you play is also the game you play when you sit down at home and play. That's addiction.
It's also the books that I listen to, the Audible books that I listen to are World of Warcraft right now.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Wait, I thought you read all the Audible books for World of Warcraft.
I'm re-listening to War Crimes, the Garrosh book where after Garrosh Hellscream goes nuts, and they capture him because he was playing with the old god magic. They capture him, and he goes on trial for the atrocities that he committed on the world of Azeroth.
Damn.
We've all been there.
Yeah, you committed war crimes against the world, Spencer? A couple of them?
Yeah, that's
Nope,
two or
just
three.
JD.
That's actually what he's doing right now. Oh, speaking of, I guess I can tell you this. I tried to play a mobile game this week. Because this goddamn game, Raid Legends, or Shadow Raid, or yeah, Raid Shadow Legends, the thing's been popping up everywhere, so I decided to try it. I don't
Those
get it.
advertisements, man. They're working.
Right. Yeah, that's the one time these apps, because it does look good, it does play good. I opened it up one time and immediately closed the app and took it off my goddamn phone.
Wow.
It just, like, I don't. It's one of those things in which I'm just like so against mobile games. It just stinks of mobile games. There was already like an energy bar and money.
Yeah,
and
it's like you open it up and it just said, "Give me money."
Yeah, pretty much. And I was just like, no.
How much money you got?
All right. You want to play like 10 minutes longer? Give me $50. I'm like, no, what? Fuck off.
Yeah, I hear you.
The goddamn Loch Ness Monster showed up and was like, I need 250.
Oh my god, Eric, get the line. I need about 350.
Is it 350?
It's 350.
Tree
It's 350.
I thought it was 250.
No.
Eric's not hip. He doesn't know. He doesn't know the South Park.
Oh Lord, Loch Ness Monster came. It's like, no wonder why it keeps coming. You keep giving me 350. Oh, I'm so scared.
You sound just like her.
I don't know how to feel.
I'm guessing none of us tried. Well, yeah, I'm gonna guess none of us tried the Mario Kart mobile game.
No.
I saw
Mario
some.
Kart Tour?
Yeah, yeah.
No,
It
I
was
did
just
not.
a horrible cash grab,
Yeah.
which they all kind of are.
Yeah.
So
That's why I have such a bad stigma on free-to-play games. Like, because of mobile games. Because I'm like, it may be just one of those mobile games, but it's on console. Like,
do you hear that shit when people are talking about mobile games? They're like, mobile games are games too. I don't know why you don't count those and yada yada. There's that endless debate. And it's like, how many times you got to get burned by a mobile game before you realize they're all shit?
Yeah.
It's like,
you know what though?
how every time.
I'm gonna play the devil's advocate. I think mobile games are games. I just think they don't let you play to your heart's content though, and like they won't they're just so.
Their games. They're like 10% game.
Yeah, that's the thing about it.
90% cash grab.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, I'm about to have a good time, and then all of a sudden, hey, give me about 350. Like they're fun. Like
And then the
what
Loch
game-
Ness Monster tries to get your money.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna lie, I liked Candy Crush. That shit was fun. It
That
was.
shit was pretty hype.
Yeah, but like then more and more games started getting the mobile market, and then like you had like weird games like Flappy Bird and like remakes of games that were actually good on console being put on mobile. Like what was it called? It's Dungeon Siege.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Is that what it's called? Dungeon Siege.
I'm
Which
pretty
is
sure,
like-
yeah.
And then my friend was like, "Hey, yo, this game is dope. I played it on the Xbox. You should play it on your phone." Look, oh yeah, cool. 10 minutes in, I get stopped.
Is your friend Bill Cosby? Because that sounded kind of like Bill Cosby. It had the tempo of Bill Cosby.
Really? No.
You should
No.
play it on your phone.
Yeah. Yep. And he drugged me. He
With
drugged
the
me.
pudding and the jello.
How
Put
great
the
is
jello
it?
on my phone.
I was gonna say, how great is it that he raped those girls? But really,
God dang it.
how
Oh.
great is it that he that such a silly character is such like a horrible person?
Right?
Yeah, it's almost like what's next? Pee Wee Herman's a fucking pedophile.
Oh,
Like that would be just like the double blow right there. Just the 1-2 combo.
kill me.
Uh,
The only game, since somebody asked, per usual, I'm playing Chrono Cross right now. Almost beat it.
Why?
Cause so good. I'm playing it on the Vita.
did it re-release or something, or what?
No.
What got you interested in playing that again?
I wanted to play a game where I could just chill on the bed with the missus, and I have it on the Vita. I bought it on the old PlayStation shop that you can't get on the PS4 because they're great. And yeah, I just started playing Chrono Cross because I really like that game.
I'm not understanding when you say on the PlayStation Vita. What is that?
You see, sit around the fire. Let me tell you a tale. Many moons ago, Sony decided to try to compete with Nintendo. The Game Boy Advance at the time, leading into the DS, with a console called the PSP.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
It failed miserably. So what do? They try to compete again with the DS. So now they're a generation ahead of the DS, and they released the PS Vita. It failed miserably.
Was it just game selection, really?
Yeah, probably. It was probably that. Just wasn't supported. I mean, it's beautiful. It's got an amazing processor. It does great stuff. Also, the memory cards are ridiculously expensive. Like,
Wait, there's a memory card for this thing?
yeah, so you have to buy memory cards for it, and they have to be specifically formatted for Sony's handheld devices. And I actually just bought one because I'm afraid everything's going to go away, so I wanted to load it in. I have a 32 gigabyte memory card. It cost me about $60. Which is
How old is this device?
8 years? 7, 8 years?
So you've been playing Chrono Cross on your Vita.
Yeah.
How's that going? How's that port?
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's just a port, but it's just great to be able to play that kind of game on a mobile device.
Too bad it can be a better game.
It could. I got Breath of Fire 3, 4, Final Fantasy 7, but I'm gonna play it on the PS4 because I got that better version.
Do you like Final Fantasy Tactics at all?
No, I really don't like that game. I like Fire Emblem a lot more. It's just
Really?
it just vibes better with me.
What about did you ever finish off what's the last one? Fire Emblem Three Houses?
No. That game was ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you?
No. God,
It's ridiculous.
no. It's not ridiculous. I couldn't vibe with it. I don't know what it is about that game. It's called a tactical strategy game.
That seemed to be the last thing that game cared about.
Right, and I'm just like, I don't know. That game just didn't feel like a tactical. I just kind of always did the same strategy. I put my big man in front, and then I had my magic people behind them, and then the enemies would just constantly chase down the big man and not attack the glass cannons, and the glass cannons would just bulldoze them.
You know what?
Every time.
You know what ruins that game? Is infinite farming.
You didn't play on hard?
Oh, was it limited on that?
Yeah. So the time you get to kind of explore the world, or not explore the world, but actually like you get them tokens like them what is it, teacher points and shit. But well, anyways, they're like 1 a day token to do like either side quest or explore. If you did one side quest, that was it. You're done.
But there were side quests, but there's also free missions that you could do.
There's no free missions.
Oh, okay, so they took those away.
Okay. Yeah.
Might
They
have,
became like the free tokens again, or the tokens.
might have to revisit that because every Fire Emblem game I've played that has that, I kind of abandoned it once I realized there wasn't really anything stopping me from just becoming a horrible nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, what games have come out this week?
All right. Games coming out this week. We'll do a quick games that came out last week too, since I don't think we covered that. We have Ni no Kuni came out for the Switch, PS4.
Huh.
I played a little bit of that. I really hated the combat, but the story and the graphics and the art was phenomenal. So if you like that stuff, that game's great. It's done by the who's the artist? Do you know the artist, Rosie? It's like a famous anime artist.
No. Oh wait. Ah, god dang it. I should know, because he did like Poyo, and he was like the what's he called, like the anime Disney. What the fuck's his name though?
I cannot remember. Why is
this
it
hurts?
not here? Yeah, it's a famous one. It's very, very famous. Studio Ghibli. Ghibli. Do you know them?
No.
Oh. They do more like Rosie was saying, like Disney styled animes. They're famous for some of these.
Is it Ryu Tatsuki?
Yeah. That sounds familiar. Maybe.
So they did animes like
The
Howl's Moving
Castle. Yeah, that's
Spirited
it.
Away.
Oh. I was thinking of something else.
Princess Mononoke. Those kinds of. Grave of the Fireflies, I always heard, was a pretty good one. Anyway, they did the artwork. It's really gorgeous. But the combat, I thought, was a little bit lacking. Also came out last week, Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. I was super hyped to play that, and then quickly realized that I remember playing that game and hated it. So I decided not to get it. Did you ever play that one?
Yeah, that's a classic.
I always remember there's this part where you have to feed an alligator a banana. And I was like, I don't want to do that shit again. That was bullshit.
You know what's weird? This is gonna put me on a cross right here, but I actually hated Links to the Past because it was, or not Link to the Past. Ocarina of Time. That's what I meant. Ocarina of Time, because it was not like Links to the Past. I was like, what the fuck is this? Why is this like 3D?
Wait. But you hated it at the time.
Right.
But now you're better, right?
Yeah. It's okay.
No,
No, I'm just kidding. I actually like it. It's a fine game.
you just like isometric more.
Yeah, I love isometric. I play most of my games in isometric.
Is that your what's your favorite Zelda?
Link Between Worlds.
Really?
Yep. I'll die on that hill too. It's a good game. It's a really good game. Great spiritual successor. Does everything right, better, or I feel like did things better in Link to the Past or Link Between Worlds than Link to the Past did. There, I said it. There, I fucking said it.
Well, I will agree with you because I played Link to the Past somewhat recently and came back a little bit disappointed. I don't think the dungeons aged well. It's more of an exploration game than like a puzzles. So at the time it was great, but yeah, I don't know if it aged as well. Eric, you only played a couple Zeldas, right?
Breath of the Wild, definitely a favorite.
You know, I haven't played that. It's the one
What
game
the fuck, dude? You don't even have an opinion if you haven't played Breath of the Wild. You need to go play that.
Yeah, it easily became my favorite Zelda. and I actually didn't even beat it, and it's still my favorite Zelda. I didn't like. I felt I got so many hours of it, just getting to like through the 2 temples I got through, that I felt satisfied with my $60 purchase, without even having to beat it. Like I know, like I have my save still, and it's all ready to go. I could go back and play it anytime. I'm just waiting for a lull.
Every time I watch videos of that game, I'm like, God damn, I should get this game, but I don't. And
You really should.
It'll
I don't know
suck
why.
you in for hours, dude.
Yeah, one of my one of my associates was talking about that game too. Like him and this girl at work are just like so in love with it, and every time they talk about it, I'm like, you can do that in that game? Like they're like, I got a shield, and like surfed down the mountain, and then I landed on an enemy and blew him up. I'm like, what?
What made me fall in love with this game, with Breath of the Wild, you get a magnet really early on. Like one of your tools is you get a magnet, and you can use it to lift up metal objects, and you can maneuver them and manipulate them in the world. Um, and I was low level, and I was exploring, and I got to this higher level area, and this dude was beating the shit out of me. And so I ran over and grabbed this door off the hinges, pulled up the door in front of me, and I used it as a shield. So they were shooting arrows at me, and I was walking towards them, being protected by this shield. Mind you, I'm like, Zelda doesn't have levels, but I'm like basic level, like I'm 2 or 3 kind of deal. And I'm walking up to these things that probably I needed better weapons or better skill to combat. I forced them. I what do you call that? Corralled them to the edge of a cliff, and I Spartaned their asses off that cliff so that I could then loot the chests they were guarding. I didn't actually like. I got to use the game mechanics to complete a fight without actually having to fight. Like I actually got to use strategy to win a fight. It's like I used the magnet to pull a door off of hinges, to then use as a shield, to then use as a battering ram as I push these guys off a ledge. Like that's how I beat that encounter. And as soon as I realized that that's what this Zelda is, it's puzzle solving. Like there's puzzles everywhere. How are you going to do this? How are you going to do that? How are you going to get here? And you just use the tools they give you, and you do it. Like I really, really enjoyed that.
The constant like mini dungeons scattered throughout the world is the most brilliant idea. Oh my god. I just wandered from one to the next like in a daze. Just like that is a game in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's genius. Yeah, you should get it, Rosie.
God damn it. Okay. Is that game just fun to just like lay in bed and play? Because I'm kind of looking for a game like, okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
100%. Just like what Spencer was saying, you could just go from like they have these trials where it's like it's a skill challenge where you actually have to be good at fighting to win, but you don't have to do those. Like you initiate that kind of thing. Like if you want to just go explore and climb mountains and go see what's out in the world, there's things to uncover and things to find while you're out exploring the world. It's a huge open world, and there's all sorts of neat little hidden things.
Yeah.
Like unlocking the dungeons that Spencer was just talking about. Like just finding the dungeon is a puzzle in itself. Can be.
Yeah. It's so miles ahead of anything that got released. Even probably even today.
Yeah, I'm excited for the expansion.
Yeah.
I don't do DLC anymore. I try so hard not to do DLC anymore because I don't like yeah, I want more content in the games that I love and stuff, but I try so hard not to just pre-order DLC all the time, because it just I get so disappointed like with like Destiny's DLC. I love the game, but then you come out with this content that takes the game in a different direction, and then it's like, well, I don't actually like this. I'm gonna waste that $10 and go run off somewhere else now. So I try not to buy into DLC, but I am excited for Zelda's expansion, DLC, whatever you want to call it.
I thought it was just a sequel.
Yeah, so did I. I thought it was Breath of the Wild 2.
I thought it was an expansion.
They've already released DLC for Breath of the Wild, so I'm pretty sure this one's the completely the new one, like the next one coming out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you got a fresh game.
Yeah.
Um,
Speaking of fresh games, what comes out next week?
So games that came out yesterday, or actually technically today, because this thing's reading us tomorrow. A Rage 2 DLC and Tropico 6 on the PS4. What comes out tomorrow? I forgot this was even coming out, Rosie. I don't know. Maybe you remember. JD would probably remember this. Is Code Vein.
Oh! Word? That's anime Dark Souls.
Right. Yeah. It's like a vampire anime Dark Souls? Kinda?
Yeah.
It's PS4 and PC, so you can throw your Xbox One in the trash. That's where it belongs.
Oh, no, I'm going to get on Xbox. Don't worry.
Well, doesn't list it there for it, so.
Well, it's there. Pre-ordered it.
I guess I'll just look harder. Another game comes out tomorrow is Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition for the Switch. If you haven't played that, that's great. And then the important one.
Freedom Finger.
What?
Yes, Freedom Finger. Some batshit crazy space shooter with the middle finger pointing out. That's on the Switch?
Family friendly.
Yeah, those kids are going to see that and they're going to point their freedom fingers at people.
Yeah, they're going to be like, why is my Mario machine giving me the finger?
I don't like it. I don't like it, Mommy. I'm changing. I'm going through these changes.
It's kind of weird that Nintendo's was always family friendly, and now they just have all this crazy ass shenanigans on there.
Yeah, they really they opened up. They went the other way with third party support.
Wait, am I tripping, or did they like literally like market that they have like a hentai game on their Switch now?
They did.
Yeah.
This isn't your grandpa's Nintendo.
Right? No, or is it?
Maybe it is. You should be worried. No, the important one is Dragon Quest 11.
Dragon Quest 1 and 2.
The Heroes? Yeah.
Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2.
Nobody likes that one, Eric. Everyone likes Dragon Quest 11. Echoes of an Elusive Age. It's the port/remake coming out for the Switch.
That comes out tomorrow. You missed the even more importanter one. FIFA 20.
We're not talking about FIFA.
FIFA. FIFA. FIFA 2020.
You gonna play some of that FIFA? I got myself a Switch. We gonna play all day, anywhere.
But you know what comes out next Tuesday?
What?
Destiny 2 Shadowkeep.
Yeah.
You getting on that, Eric?
Nope, too busy.
That's one,
World of Warcraft.
WoW Classic and fishing.
Yeah, he's too busy fishing on World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Man, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint comes out.
The
On
4th.
JD and I are supposed to play that.
It's next Friday.
But we're still playing.
Friday?
We're still playing Borderlands. I don't know. We'll have to talk to him to see what he wants to do. I was looking forward to that. But yeah, man, I really want 11, but I also played. That's a super long game, and I already beat it, and I have so many other games to play. Makes me sad.
We'll just wait, see if it goes on like a $10 sale, and then buy it.
Yeah, that's yeah. Not a whole lot of new content, I'm sure, with it, but it's got some.
You know what game I want to see Spencer play? And Rosie, you might actually be interested in this as well.
Oh, jeez.
We'll see.
Is it
Go on.
Oksana, 4 Rhythms Across the Blue?
No. Dragon Star Varner.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, what's that?
It looks like there's one protagonist male, and then there's nothing but little. I say little girls, but they have really giant breasts. It's a bunch of anime characters.
How old are they?
When's this coming out?
I don't know. It's the drawing was probably done in the last couple years, so
Oh, so it's already
that
out.
comes out. No. I meant like the drawings can't be that old. I don't know, but it comes out the 8th, so 2 Tuesdays from now.
Oh, from Idea Factory, makers of some of the best games on the PS4. Oh, dude, you know what? I would love to play it, but I would get yelled at. Well,
Why?
I'm looking at some of these pictures. Yeah, I would get chastised because I'm playing a little anime game with these kinds of girls.
I'm not going to make fun of you to your face.
It wouldn't be you. Dude, I love it how they market it. They have a list of all the characters, right? And it's literally you, some generic. It's always the most generic looking dude. Although he does have some white hair, like skunk hair or something. But either way, it's just like a generic looking dude, and then like 50 girls after.
And they all want to suck you off, like for some weird reason.
Yeah.
But don't worry, your character will never have sex.
He's very timid.
Right.
Jesus. What is that game even?
It looks like some kind of action RPG.
Oh, fuck that.
Looks like there's a
Nothing worse than a cheaply made action RPG.
ATV. Kind of looks like a Star Ocean or a Tales of game. I have a feeling they would yell their attacks a lot.
I'm 99% sure they will.
Or, you know what? Maybe even moan them. Who knows?
Oh, yeah.
How many of them say senpai? Would you guess?
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's too bad it's not a multiplayer game. But you know what game also won't have multiplayer in it? I created my own segue there. The Last of Us Part 2.
Cool.
Which JD will be very heartbroken to hear. If
Why?
he hasn't already.
So,
he loved The Last of Us multiplayer.
Oh, the actual PvP stuff. I thought you were talking about like co-op. I'm like, oh no, that's stupid. They'll probably come back. They'll probably do multiplayer later, like they did with the first one.
Maybe, but it says that there's no plans for multiplayer for it. And they said I'm reading off of Polygon. The Anthony Newman, the game's co-director, said multiplayer will not be included in The Last of Us Part 2. I know we had kind of announced that it would have multiplayer, but as the game has developed, it has become so ambitious, so grand in scope, and so intricate in its complexity that it really required the full focus of the studio to deliver this single-player experience.
Damn, that's awesome.
You know, it's funny. Other people will start saying that in the comments. Like, good, don't even worry about the multiplayer. Just
Right. That's what I was thinking too. Like, it seemed like they literally came up with multiplayer, I believe, as a DLC.
People love
Later.
it, though.
Yeah, but come on. Who cares? You want multiplayer? Go to Gears or that new Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I hear people like it. Or you want a little battle royale? Go to play your Fortnite. There's a Batman in it now.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, Batman's not. Yeah.
Last of Us Part 2 is coming out on February 21st, 2020. Did you guys see the trailer for it?
No, actually. I mean, I saw the original, but not the new one.
She's got a girlfriend. It seems like something bad happened to the girl, and she's on a vengeance. She's on a hunt for vengeance to kill everybody, and I guess until she finds her or something. And then Joel helps her at some point. Joel's back, and he looks really old.
Older than he already looked.
Yeah, he's already kind of getting up there. I don't know if it really blew me away, but I guess I'm just happy to know it's on schedule and will be delivered. What about you, Rosie?
What are we talking? What's the question?
Did you see it?
No, I missed. I was at work.
Hmm.
I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, senpai. I'm sorry. But I'll
I'll blow
watch it.
you away, senpai.
Right. That's literally one of the attacks.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for it. Not as excited as I think I should be, but it's taken so freaking long for it to come out that I'm kind of moved on in my head. But I'll definitely get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Oh, yeah.
only thing I could possibly do. The only game that possibly lasted that or did that, like left my heart, Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, but also that game was shit.
Mhm.
Did you not like the original?
I did not love the original, but I really, really didn't like Kingdom Hearts 3.
Right.
Did you like Kingdom
But-
Hearts 3?
No.
JD
That's
hated
what I'm
it
saying. No, no,
too.
no. What I'm saying is it left me because I was a high schooler back then, and when the like 2 came out, and then I was so I'm one of those guys who like takes vengeance on games. What I mean by that is
Hold a
like,
grudge.
yeah, there we go. Hold a grudge against games. So I was like, this game should have been out 5 years ago. Guess what? I'm not playing it. I'm not even buying it. I'm not supporting this shit. Just like when PSO2 comes out, I'm not
We're
getting it.
playing it.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You're
No,
getting
I'm
on that
not.
shit.
No, I'm not.
You
Game came
absolutely.
Please,
out.
senpai?
Game came out 3 years ago. It should have been translated back then because guess what? There was a good market for PSO1 and there was a good market for PSO on the GameCube, and they should have had it out then.
I don't disagree. That game should have come out a long time ago. Like,
Guess what?
That's your company.
I know.
That's your guys' company right there. That's who to blame. But
Guess who I got a grudge against now? Guess who's not getting PSO2? This guy.
I'm sure if you had a webcam,
Spencer?
you'd be pointing at yourself.
I was, and I
All
actually did.
Well,
So,
you're playing it. That's all I'm saying. When it comes out, we're all playing it, and you'll be one of them.
You'll have to kill me and then sew the goddamn controller in my hand because I ain't playing that shit.
Yeah.
are you gonna serve the death god? Like Sylvanas is trying to get the rest of the.
I'll give the
Retail.
death god the controller. He'll play with you.
Well, let's talk about a game that you have played.
Probably haven't.
Anthem. There's a little bit of news about Anthem. Last week, they announced they will not be following the launch content calendar that they put out. They completely abandoned it and will instead have incremental updates and just work on the game itself because I guess it's too buggy. That's disappointing to hear, and it kind of paints a weird picture on the whole. Like, you can buy a game for $60. It's not complete when you buy it. And there's like a promise that they'll deliver on their content, but they don't actually have to deliver it because you already bought it.
Wait. Spencer, what? Companies are selling games that aren't ready? Serious? Who would do that? Yeah. Who's doing this heinous act?
It's pretty much everybody at this point.
Exactly. Yeah, it's exactly. Borderlands 3 has the same issue.
No.
Yes, it does. They literally just did the first patch today. Did you not see it? All the performance issues?
There's a difference between a patch
I
and
know.
and a game being like completely not ready.
I know. I'm just
Patches are a thing of the future. They're gonna happen.
they're the thing of the present. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, if there might be some games that don't get patched now, but as we move forward, they will just be a requirement, and they will always have patches. But yeah, they're absolutely a thing of the present. They were a thing of the present before for PC gamers, so this has been a thing for a while. But Anthem, not so much. But they did announce they'll be bringing back the Cataclysm event. Do you know what that is, Rosie?
I think I jumped out of that game right when it was coming out.
The Cataclysm event, isn't that what the main, like in the very early story, the all those colossal or colossi or titans or whatever Like that's where like everything exploded and they all came out and were destroying everything, right?
Yeah. So yeah, that's exactly what I remember. It's like the beginning. Yeah, like I said, the beginning of the game. It's like what made everyone around you start. Everyone like the original. Freak, what were they called? They weren't called pilots, were they? God, I forgot all about the game already. I didn't think we were ever going to talk about this game ever again. But it's a. But go ahead, Spencer. Just keep.
Well, it was meant to be an event that just happened for a certain select time period and then ended, and then you moved on. But because gamers have apparently just complained that there's nothing to do in this game, they've decided to keep in part of it called Echoes of Reality. It's an area that's introduced in Cataclysm. It's a timed area where you have to complete as many events and objectives as possible within a strict countdown. And looks like they're just going to keep that going for a while because there's nothing else to do. Man, this game has had an interesting lifespan, hasn't it? Did you remember the article about what happened to this game, like when it was being released? Did you guys ever hear that story?
No.
So obviously the publisher is EA. The developer is BioWare. When this game was coming out, everyone was kind of maybe I'm okay with this, maybe not. Turns out BioWare completely blew off this game, didn't care about it coming out at all, and barely worked on it. And then EA saw it and flipped a bitch. And they were like, this game is not even playable. So we need you just to make a game that's playable so we can release it.
I remember the flying thing. Like the game was so busted they couldn't even like do they couldn't introduce flying into the game. And they were like, but that's such a huge like they showed that off so much in this game. They had to get flying to be a part of it before they could release it. And that's why it was so janky and there's so limited amount of flying, and like how you used to be able to like hover and shoot a lot. Now it's like you're up in the air for like 10 seconds, then you got to fall down.
Yeah.
Like it's they were about to release the game without flying. Like you couldn't fly your robot anywhere.
Yeah, so it all stemmed from a Kotaku article, which usually is never a good sign, but at least this time it was interesting at least. Just days before the E3 convention, the game was called Beyond. They'd even printed out T-shirts for it called Beyond.
What a boring name.
I mean, at least go beyond the beyond.
That's true. Make it a PlayStation Classic. Yeah. Let's see. Based on 19 people. Dozens of developers, many of them decade-long veterans, left BioWare over the past 2 years. Someone who worked at BioWare's longest-running office in Edmonton talked about depression and anxiety. They had a stress leave, yada yada. People are having mental breakdown. That's stuff dumb. Mental breakdowns. Chill out. It's in here. Anyway, it's in this big Kotaku article, but basically, it's actually BioWare's fault, is what it boils down to. And EA was just said they promised a game, and then required them to just release what they had, and just fix it so they could release it. And so that's why you got Anthem as what it was in this release, which was like nothing. And unfortunately, they're still fixing bugs to this day where they can't even release new content. So they've abandoned the whole roadmap of what they were going to release and are just going to work on bug fixes and minor incremental upgrades, they said.
Jeez.
Can you imagine still working on this game? Like, did they hire a new team, or were you the original dude that's like, this is my favorite game? Well, I gotta make my dream come true. This is gonna be it. This is my one shot. And then, you're still working on it. Like, I feel so bad for anyone from the original team that's still working on this project.
Also, I believe it's going to Xbox Game Pass. So
I don't doubt that. It probably should.
probably should have been free from the beginning.
Because, in all honesty, the game wasn't terrible.
That's what JD was
if you
saying.
Yeah,
if you-
it's
if you
not.
stayed away from the end game. So JD and I never beat the game, so we were just playing it piece by piece and just kind of working our way through it as a co-op game, and that's the only time we'd ever play it. I never hated playing it. I just never found a reason to want, like, like when you're playing a game that's like super good and you agreed with your friends that you'd all play together and you just can't log in alone. Like, you have to have someone there with you to play it. I'm sorry, you wish your friends would be on more so that you didn't feel guilty passing them up. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
You love the game so much that you're like, I want to play, but I got to wait for my buddies to log in. And so you're trying to like, well, what little thing can I do? Can I do some fishing? Can I do some crafting?
You know Eric's doing that.
And I don't think. I mean, you could craft a little bit. I remember.
Not enough. Like,
Yeah.
there's not enough to do. There, I mean, you could go around and get the lore from the different objects and stuff, but even then, it was pretty shallow.
And farm material. God, I don't know how you didn't beat that game. It's only 15 hours long.
I don't think it's 15 hours long, man. I think it's a little bit longer than that because JD and I played. We were doing like 3 missions a night kind of thing, and we did that for like 5-6 nights.
Yeah, you easily could be right. I played that game, beat the living shit out of it, but like I felt so hollow and just so like not disgusted. That's too much, but just like that was the only time I was like, man, I'm really wasting my time with games. Because I beat that game, I was doing in-game content shit. They only have like 3 dungeons, and for that game, and like they're okay, but there was just so much about that game that was just boring.
Yeah, I never played. I think we did 1 or 2 dungeons while we were leveling up, and I liked one of them because there was like a little bit of it was the stupidest puzzle now that I think about it, but it was nice that they were trying to introduce a puzzle, and I always kind of took it as like, oh, they're gonna introduce some really super cool puzzles later on, and they never. I mean, I never got to the end, so I don't know if they ever did. But it was literally like, you have 4 blocks. There are 4 pillars here. Each block looks different. Which pillar do they go to? And it's like, oh, well, this one has a square on the side of it, and this pillar has a square on it. This one has a circle, and this one has a circle. It was like, it could have been so cool, and like, you could have had to like travel around the room to find nope, they were just right in front of your face. Like, oh, there's 4 pillars in front of you. Here's 4 blocks. Put them in some combination. Like, you didn't have to like traverse the world to the area to grab them or put them somewhere or anything. It was just, here they are. Plug them in. It was like handing you a set of car keys and being like, there's 4 cars in front of you. One's a Honda, one's a Toyota. And you look at the key and you see that it's a Honda key. I wonder which car this will unlock. Yeah.
Well, we could probably guess that game won't get Game of the Year, huh?
No, I really doubt it.
But it really begs the question: what game will get Game of the Year?
Ooh, so many.
Wait. I know exactly which game.
All right, let's hear it.
It is
WoW Fishing.
Spencer's Name That Rap Song game.
Dude, that game was hype. And actually, I was gonna do one with Rosie today. I cannot find the list.
Don't. Let's not play. I don't want to play.
All right. Well, I got one in general. The Boys in the Hood are always hard.
Easy E.
Oh man, you got beat. I told you Eric was black. All right.
I'm not trying.
I'm gonna list off some games. Some of them haven't come out yet, so I'm gonna skip ones that I know haven't come out yet. Well, no, we'll list them, and we can just say maybe on some of those. Borderlands 3, Apex Legends. That one actually, well, probably not. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Death Stranding. That's my pick. Doom Eternal, Mortal Kombat 11, The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, The Outer Worlds, FIFA 20.
Ooh.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the newest one. Kingdom Hearts 3. World of Warcraft Classic.
Fuck yeah!
No, it shouldn't be in there. It's a fucking remake.
So Zelda.
No, shut up.
Shenmue 3. Metro Exodus. The Surge 2. Pokemon Sword and Shield. Super Mario Maker 2. Wolfenstein Youngblood. Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. Code Vein. Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Far Cry New Dawn. Man, this year sucked.
Right? That's what I was talking about. me and the mysterious stranger were talking about that. Like there are so many. You know what's weird though?
What?
I don't think I heard it. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Fire Emblem, 3 houses. Is that not part of that?
Hold on, there's more.
Okay, cause I'm like I've been looking at a few lists. Fire Emblem 3 houses isn't on any of these lists. I'm like,
that
how?
game ain't great.
People liked it. Like I think enough people liked it to at least put it.
Yeah,
on
I mean
the...
it should be on this because Marvel Ultimate Alliance is on it.
Right. That's what I'm like. It's not. It's liked enough to be on the list compared to some of these games. What about
Madden NFL 20, Luigi's
No.
Mansion 3,
maybe? Yeah, no,
Marvel
I
Ultimate
don't
Alliance
know.
3?
No.
Greedfall, Bloodstained
Yeah.
Ritual of the Night. I think that's
Yeah, that's a spiritual existence.
to Castlevania. Yeah. Need for Speed Heat, Days Gone, NHL
Okay.
20,
No.
Untitled Goose Game.
No. Oh wait, that game I heard was actually kind of fun for like 2 minutes.
Yeah. Yoshi's Crafted World,
Maybe.
Monster Hunter World. I think it's Iceborne.
Yeah, Iceborne. It's Iceborne, something like that. Yeah, that was cool.
Control, which I've heard so much about and have no idea what it is.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. That may be the sleeper hit that wins it because I've heard nothing but good things. Like you said, I don't know anything about that game.
Ace Combat 7, Anthem, NBA 2K20, Crackdown 3. Good luck. Astral Chain, Tetris 99, Gears 5, Sekiro Shadows Die twice. Cadence of Hyrule, we're almost done. Contra Rogue Core, Destiny 2 Shadowkeep, Resident Evil 2, which sadly might actually win.
Yeah.
Grid.
I keep seeing that all over the place.
Yeah. Katana Zero, Wargroove, Age of Wonders, Planetfall, and Void Bastards.
Did I not?
Void Bastards sounds like a game that would win Game of the Year.
Did you play it?
No.
It's really good. I played it.
Wow.
It's pretty godlike. It is.
This year blows. There's more games, but that's the list that if you just Google games in 2019, that's what comes up.
Did Fire Emblem come up one time?
No.
That's weird. All these games that Fire Emblem didn't come up.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. Untitled Goose Game came up.
Right.
And Void Bastards came up.
Play the game.
Let's ask this. Rosie, what game would you put as your game of the year, and what game do you think will win?
I think
are we basing this off of games that have already come out that we know we played or we feel like?
However you want to do that. How do you want to do that, Spence?
Yeah, let's do games that we've played. We'll do one round of that, and then games that might win it after.
Games that we
So,
play.
or maybe games not that we played necessarily, because there's a shitload of games, but games that have come out that they've already been tested and everything. God damn, fucking nothing.
Can we do the Eric thing where we guess which one?
Okay,
Like,
let's just make predictions then.
Yeah, because I don't like. I like Void Bastards, but I don't think that's gonna get Game of the Year.
My pick's definitely Crackdown 3.
You're
You
you're
want it to
smiling.
win?
No, that ain't gonna win. I don't want that to win. That game's stupid.
The game was like that game was 10 hours long.
Serious?
Yeah, I didn't play it. My buddy
Wasn't it
did.
like free with games? Like, well, not free, but it was with the. You have to
Games
play
Pass.
the. Yeah,
Yeah, my
That's
buddy did that.
that's a sweet deal. That's a good thing with Microsoft. Yeah, what do you think, Rosie? What are you thinking Game of the Year is gonna be?
I don't know, because I was like Death Stranding easily, but like Death Stranding is looking weirder and weirder to a point where I don't think people will love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if I had to make a guess, like of games that are out now, like currently, I think I'm gonna put my hat on the Underground King being Control, because I heard nothing but good things about that game. But I don't know anything about it, and I haven't played it. But I just heard so many good things. That or Astral Chain, because Star Platinum is a great company that, like, apparently they've been making this game even before like Nier Automata, and like this game shows like everything they learned and then some.
What about you, Eric? If you had to wager a guess.
I think Borderlands Game of the Year edition would win Game of the Year this year.
You wouldn't put money on that?
April 3rd this year, they re-released Borderlands 1 Game of the Year edition.
Can't argue with that. It's right there on the title.
Yeah. No,
Problem solved, Rosie.
Yeah, you
What
got
are we
me.
doing?
What have I done? What is my life now?
So I kind of feel like it's gonna be Super Mario Maker 2, but I don't feel like it had enough hype this year. Like everyone says it's a great game, but I think people are still so in love with the first one. That's like the only thing I can think of is that, like, they might give it to that, or they might give it to they might be sucking Kojima's dick.
Could be a good
and
game.
Give it to Death Stranding.
Could be a great game.
Maybe the re-release. Oh God, how awesome would that be if No Man's Sky got Game of the Year for its updates that it's done?
That would be quite a redemption story.
Right? It became the most overhyped game ever, and then 3 years later they revamp it, and now it's Game of the Year. Because in a couple of the group chats I'm in, I have a couple different friends that don't know that they're all playing it at the same time. I just get pictures constantly of like the stuff they're doing in this game, just over and over, and they're loving this game now.
Apparently, it's delivered the game they promised 3 years ago.
Yeah. Other than that,
If I was a betting man, I would say Death Stranding is going to take it.
Yeah.
But what would I rather play, besides nearly every one of these games, than Death Stranding is The Outer
Little
Worlds.
Friends, Dogs and Cats.
No. The Outer Worlds. I think that one looks... As much as I'm not like a super hardcore Fallout fan, I like... Oh, what's the name of that company, Rosie?
Oh, Obsidian.
Obsidian.
I love Obsidian.
I love Obsidian. They make the greatest stories. They make excellent worlds. A little lacking on the quality control sometimes, but everything else is usually a home run with these guys. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go The Outer Worlds, but I'm pretty confident Death Stranding is going to win. Literally everybody is hyping that game.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody wants to look stupid. So I think they're just going to pick that.
I mean, put me in front of a camera. I'll just sit there and talk shit about that game all day long. Not really about the game, more about Kojima. But you know a game we didn't mention?
What's that?
Octopath Traveler.
Didn't that come out last year?
No.
Yeah, I
Maybe.
think it came out for PC this year.
Damn it. Yeah, you're right.
A JRPG winning Game of the Year? Are you crazy?
I
If
mean,
Persona
it's
5
been that kind of year, man.
If Persona 5 ain't getting it, Persona 5 didn't get it, right?
No.
Then guess what? No JRPG's ever getting it.
Yeah.
I'm just
Ain't
like,
that the truth?
yeah.
What year did Persona 5 come out? That game was so good.
That game,
Man,
that game is
20,
godlike.
2016.
Did it get it? What got Game of the Year 2016?
Game of
I
the
gotta
Year.
know now.
2016. Overwatch.
Oh,
I could see it though.
Which, you know what? It just got a release it's about to get a release for the Switch in 2 weeks. So maybe that'll get Game of the Year.
Dude,
I'd make fun of this Game of the Year thing so much because
it's bullshit.
yeah.
Dude, Rosie, get this. Game of the Year, Persona 5 isn't even on the list.
But is Madden?
No, no.
Oh, I'll be done. We'll never do a prediction ever again.
It's Overwatch, Doom, Inside, Titanfall 2, and Uncharted 4 Thief's End.
No fucking way. Really? P5 couldn't even get in the fucking list?
Dude, the best role-playing games are almost better than the Game of the Year games. The best role-playing games were Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, Blood and Wine, which won it. Dark Souls 3, Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. Yeah, Dark Souls 3 probably should have won.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft Legion, which, whatever.
No.
Wait, best role-play. Oh, wait. Now I'm confused.
Is Persona 5 not even on that one?
No.
Maybe they don't like JRPGs.
No, this can't be right.
What?
This can't be right. Persona 5 came out in
That's impossible!
It came out in 2016. It didn't even make it on any of the lists.
Check 2017. Just maybe it came out too late to be part of 2016's Game of the Year.
Game of the Year 2017. Didn't even win like best music or something.
The music that literally gets played to this day.
Dude, I play it sometimes in my car. It's freaking amazing.
Me too. The only reason I was excited for Persona 5 Dancing All Night or whatever the fuck that game was because I wanted to hear remixes of Last Surprise.
That's not the best song though.
What's your favorite song?
River in the Desert. Rivers in the Desert.
Wait, how's that one go?
Are you gonna make me sing that?
I was wondering you don't know to do it. You're gonna make me sing it? I should just say yes.
Like a river in the desert. Dude, that has the greatest pre-chorus though. That is a freaking great song. Actually, Persona 5 won Best Role-Playing Game of 2017, but it came out in September of 2016. That should
have been
stupid.
enough. Or maybe it's because it was a 100-hour game.
But
It
it was on the list of potential Game of the Years. But you know who won that one?
Who?
Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would give it to Breath of the
play it,
Wild,
Rosie.
honestly.
Yeah, GG easy.
You know what? Death Stranding might not end up being on the list for Game of the Year this year.
Why is that? Oh, because it's too late.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Oh my, maybe all the games that are on the list they had to have come out already.
Oh,
They
shit.
did that. They used to do it where it was, I thought they used to do it where it was games in December didn't count for that year. They counted for the next year.
Didn't Red Dead Redemption 2 not like make it the year it actually came out?
That was last year?
I believe so.
Yeah, it was last year because I remember getting a TV that I played that on. I guess that game was good.
Because, I mean, if you start talking about Game of the Year stuff, like the end of this year, like in November, just in November alone, we have Death Stranding releasing. We have Super Lucky Tale. You have Pokemon Sword and Shield. You have Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
That game is so overhyped and it's gonna be shit.
What game?
The
Star Wars Jedi.
EA's
Oh, the
Star Wars.
Fallen Order. God dang. I really, I don't know anymore. EA's been on the downslope.
Just recently.
No, I'm just saying they're on a downslope. I didn't say they started that
Man,
downslope.
2019 EA, you guys are slipping.
You're starting to slip.
You know what? Yep. I had faith in Anthem. And you know what? I thought that was gonna be the peak.
Yeah. You released.
That was the avalanche.
You released Star Wars Battlefront 2. You slipped up there, but I had high hopes for your UFC game. You slipped up there. Then you released Anthem. Those are the only three games I remember.
Fool me one
It's
time,
not
shame
even.
on you.
You didn't release Anthem. It fell out of your pocket.
Yeah, it slipped out. Like, whoops.
Yeah, right. Oh,
Persona
it's not ready yet.
5. Persona 5 potentially could release this year on Switch.
Do we count that? I think
No.
they do, huh?
We can't
Don't they
count
count that?
re-releases.
Okay, I guess we're not counting that Link to the Past remake.
Switching consoles, like releasing it onto another console is different than like
yeah, you're right.
going a decade later kind of thing.
You're right. I'm just being a piece of shit. Because I'm thinking to myself, like, Overwatch going to get Game of the Year again. Coming on the Switch. Let's get it.
Well, I mean, honestly, like, there's nothing coming out in November. In December. Those 4 games that I just listed off now, like, we have November to look forward to. Maybe a couple re-releases in October. Or, I don't mean, what do you call them? Ports? What do you call that? It's just moving from one console to another.
Yeah, ports.
You have a couple ports in October. December, nothing happens. And then November, you have Pokemon Sword and Shield. You have that Star Wars EA game, which it'll look pretty. You have Death Stranding, and then you have Super Lucky Tale, which has been hyped for a new platformer, which platformers have been kind of a thing of the past. And you also, I mean, you know what? Just Dance 2020.
You're putting it out there. You're just sending out the vibes. Just Dance is coming. Let's not overlook it. I admire that.
It'll probably have a contender for multiplayer game of the year. Oh wait, there's Borderlands 3.
Party game of the year.
Potential for gayest game of the year.
Hey man,
Speaking of gayest game of the year. Sorry, go ahead, Rosie.
No,
you can't just jump off that.
Yeah. Continue. Finish what you started.
No board.
Nintendo Switch Ring. Have you guys seen that? The Nintendo Switch Ring is you have a Velcro legs, like thigh strap.
Oh
you just
my god.
Strap that thing onto your thigh, you slide in your Switch remote, and then you have like a giant steering wheel.
Rosie, are you looking at this?
You put the other Switch remote into, and you work out. But when you work out, you're also playing an RPG where, as you do the exercises properly, you damage a boss or you damage little minions that you're trying to kill through doing squats properly or doing lunges or the sitting dog properly, whatever yoga. It's just another attempt at Nintendo trying to get people to get off their butts and work out and exercise to play.
And I applaud them.
It's a great concept. I mean, it's what I loved about Pokemon Go. It was a big thing about it that I enjoyed. But how many times are they going to attempt to do this and sell these expensive peripherals If you're talking about like the Wii Fit, that the balance pad, it was like $150-$200, and like they don't support it, or they don't. I mean, they still support it for the console, but they did nothing with it afterwards.
This is embarrassing. Anybody using it should be embarrassed.
Oh man, that's cold blooded. I actually I like when they tried attempts like this. One of my favorite things was putting on weights and doing Zelda the Twilight Princess. That was fun.
Putting weights.
On
You're talking
my
about the
arm.
Wii?
The Wii. Yeah, what I
Playing
said.
it on the Wii?
Your arm,
Yeah,
I guess.
Wii.
Putting some weights on your
hey,
Wii?
Spencer, can you do that while opening your mouth? There you go.
Like that?
Thank you. Yeah.
Does that please you?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Got a boner. Right. Anyhow.
Well, speaking of boners, I gotta head off here. But it's been great talking to you two couple of boners, you know?
Yeah?
So anything you want to say to the people before we head out?
I'm about to go play my game of the year.
I'm going to play my game of the year.
My
Multiplayer
penis.
game.
Yeah, multiplayer game.
I'm gonna go do what Eric's doing, but not with Eric. So I will see you guys later, and see you next week. Bye bye.
Later.